Do you know the difference between flexibility and mobility? Well, if your answer was, I thought they were the same thing, then boy, do I have something to teach you in today's knowledge nugget. Let's talk about flexibility first. Flexibility is how much passive range of motion you have in a joint. Let's take my shoulder, for example, on my left side. I'm going to start to bring it up into flexion using my right hand right here. So without breaking plane, I can get this right at ears, maybe a little bit behind. So I have good shoulder flexibility, but how's my mobility? Your mobility is how much active range of motion you have within a joint. Same example using my left shoulder here. If I start to bring this up into shoulder flexion, I'm running out of my control right around here. So I have way better flexibility than I have mobility within that shoulder joint. As another example, let's take the hip. If I start to hug my knee towards my chest up into flexion here, I can get this sucker pretty high, especially if you're looking at me from the side. But how much mobility do I have in that hip joint? Well, if I start to actively bring this up, I'm running out of control here. If I go any further, I'm gonna start to compensate through my spine. So these are easy assessments that you can try to figure out the difference between your own flexibility and mobility, because the goal is to try to maximize as much range of motion that you can actively control. So to be honest, I don't care how flexible you are, I care how much of that flexibility you can control, and the closer you have that to a one-to-one relationship, the better movement quality you have, and your risk of injury goes way down because you can control your joints through more range of motion. If you didn't know the difference between flexibility and mobility, well, either did your friends, so make sure to send this to them so they stop caring about just their flexibility and they start caring more about how they actively move their ranges.